Okay, we all know ScreaM is pretty good. Well, he's actually really good. But do you ever wonder what it is about him besides his one tap that makes him so good? Let's find out, shall we? Hello everybody and welcome back once again to our cozy little place here at ProGuides. My name is Trey and today we'll be going over what ScreaM does in his game that garners so much success. Recently, he's been having great stuff in his competitive matches with a little over 70% win rate on his main. That is insane. So today, we'll be doing a deep dive on a match he played recently on ScreaM to find out what he and his teammates are doing that guarantees them so much success and differentiates them from the average player. Before we get into it though, let's talk about our question of the day. I want to ask you, if you're watching First Strike, who do you guys think is going to take home the #1 spot if you are? I'm a huge competitive fan of Valorant, and the team I'm waiting to see do big things is 100 Thieves. They are a recently formed team with old school CSGO players such as Hiko, Nitro, and Steel, paired along with two new guys, Dicey and Asuna. I really want to see them achieve some success in Valorant, them being veterans of the gaming scene. But let me know which team you guys are rooting for down below in the comments. Heading into the first round, you'll notice ScreaM is playing his signature pick Reyna, a great solo queue agent. It's also a near full Radiant lobby on the new map Icebox, so there's a lot of things you guys will be able to take away from this. Let's see how ScreaM's team plays it. ScreaM and his team decide to go early and do a fast 5-8. Simple, right? But they do it expertly. Notice how they have multiple angles of attack with Jett going top right and Raze going into the sniper's nest. With that high ground control, they managed to get a pick on the opposing Omen, allowing the bulldozing to commence. Notice how as soon as the team gets the pick, they quickly go in for an execute, no time wasted. ScreaM sets up a Leer and then proceeds to hold W. This is very important as many lower elo players here would waste time in situations like this holding for an imaginary enemy and baiting. Doing that will buy time for the enemy to rotate or flank, so you never want to waste time. Just go in after pick or retake map control and keep the enemy guessing. Another cool thing to note here is that they do decide to plant on Sniper's Nest, making anybody trying to defuse this very exposed. Cool detail for the post plan. This round goes pretty quickly as things come down to a 2v1, but ScreaM plays hide and seek, really utilizing the cover effectively and secures the round. After winning the anti-eco and losing the first gun round, we're into round 4. Again, ScreaM's team decides to go heavy A again as that's what worked in the first round, and it works just as well this round. Because of how much verticality there is for attackers to peek from, peeking as a defender is pretty risky. Again, we see another first pick from his teammate on the top right, this time from Raze. That angle seems pretty strong as you have a really good vantage point on most of A site. And remember what we said previously? Don't waste time. ScreaM again holds W and gets into great high ground positioning before the rotate gets in and gets two very clean headshots. High ground is fantastic, remember that. Because he didn't waste time and ran in there, he got great positioning before the defenders could retake. Round 6, they decide to switch things up a little bit and head towards B. They do forget the spike though, so if you ever wonder how people can't remember to bring the spike, there are Radiant players doing the same. Normally you don't want to go into a site that has Raze with ulti, but ScreaM actually makes the right play. When he hears the ulti, he decides to try and kill the Raze before she shoots the showstopper because Reyna can instantly E after a kill, dodging the bazooka launcher. However, things don't quite go as planned as the Raze barely shows herself and kills ScreaM. But wait, there's a Sage. Wait, what? There's a Sage? What? Anyways, Sage has resurrection, so it was actually really good that they traded ultimates there and gained a lot of grounds toward the B site, maintaining even player count. After getting res, he leers and plays for a pick. He has fantastic game sense as he gets that first opening pick wallbang onto Omen. Knowing he got the player on site, he realizes he has space to move up safely and take more duels. Of course, since he's ScreaM, he takes off heads, leaving it to a 2v1 and they eventually trade out. While you won't necessarily have ScreaM's aim, try to keep in mind how enemies will rotate, and when you do kill somebody on site, it opens up space for you to move up safely. Finally, we see some mid action in round 10. Just a friendly reminder, only Omen smoke is wide enough to cover the ramp mid, and that is what you see him do. After ScreaM's Omen teammate smokes mid, he teleports up on the tube to get another great vantage point overlooking mid and also into B oranges. ScreaM, looking at the smoke, feels his spider senses tingling, so he spams it a little bit and lo and behold, a free pick. While this may seem lucky, he does it because it usually gets kills against confident, aggressive players that like to play around smokes. Don't be afraid to spam smokes whenever you think there's even a slight possibility somebody is there. It might net you free kills like this. Off of that kill, he dismisses, getting good information that an enemy operator is on the right side. Here, remember that operators are really slow peeking at 72% move speed. Hold close to the wall when you expect them to repeat like ScreaM does here. Also, another thing, ScreaM is very attentive to what his teammates are calling. As soon as he gets the flank call, he instantly turns around. Remember to keep an ear out and listen to your teammates' calls and respond to them. Starting off round 12, ScreaM notices Raze has ulti and she plays B. So what do you want to do in that situation? Yeah, it's probably not the best idea to go B, but his teammates do that anyway. You know, typical solo queue. This is another big tip to always take a look at the opposing side's ultimate. This should always play into factor on what side of the map to attack on. For this situation though, it doesn't turn out that bad as Jett actually does get the trade. A 4v4 always favors the attacking side as it thins the defense out, so remember on attack, you want to trade at least. After the trade, ScreaM and Raze fundamentally go take high ground before peeking into B. Because Raze gets that opening pick onto the site, she proceeds to pop ultimate immediately to create space for their team. Unfortunately, he doesn't get a kill with the showstopper and they also get flanked, making this round go completely south. I will mention this is why you do defaults instead of going 5A or B every round. If the opponent notices you like doing 5-man executes without a sentinel especially, they can choose to push out and flank. That could be game changing. If you're getting flanked a lot, try to pay more attention to the minimap where teammates are not watching. If you don't have a sentinel on your team, and right now sentinels aren't too popular because of the recent nerfs, you're going to have to shift more attention to whether the enemy is flanking or not. Onto defending side pistol here, and we see ScreaM just doing ScreaM things. Simply put, ScreaM has so much experience in crosshair placement that he completely deletes the first guy, and because of the high ground, it makes it disadvantageous for enemies to shoot up as it's trickier. If you're struggling on holding angles, try to hold further away from the wall if you're expecting a running peek. A lot of pro players do this actually, which is to hold wider than expected to let enemies run into their crosshair. Practice this in deathmatch as holding angles is a very valuable skill to have. Just people won't probably take it too well in deathmatch, but just focus on your improvement. It gets way too close at the end here, but Raze manages to secure the round. At higher level elo, enemy players will be able to 1v5, so try your best to not throw and be greedy for kills. First gun round on defense, and we see ScreaM making an aggressive play. If you want to dominate on defense and push your lead, you have to switch things up sometimes. If ScreaM didn't see any players peeking, he would have probably pushed out and flanked. Again, if you see no sentinels on the other team, try to push out more when you have the opportunity. Here the enemy does peek, and unfortunate for them, it's ScreaM on the other side. Again, you'll notice he's holding very wide for the swing out and he gets 2. He's just, man, he's something else. Normally after those 2 kills, you want to play safe and back out for numbers, but he's not a normal player. So he swings out for 2 more, and that's honestly Reyna's playstyle. You just want to keep peeking and then dismiss away. Since ScreaM is so proficient and deadly with his aim, Reyna is just a perfect fit for Mr. One Tap. I do want to note though this bait setup. So this is something that you can coordinate with your teammates very easily. ScreaM tells his Jett at the beginning of the round to play in that corner so that if he peeks out and dies, Jett will have a very good chance of picking up a few kills as enemies won't expect him there. Allowing yourself to be bait sometimes is what is needed to increase your chance of winning the round. If it's coordinated, baiting is good. If not, you just get a bunch of angry gamers yelling at each other. The first one's preferred. At this point, he's 28-9. Wow. He can do whatever he wants. When you're that good, you don't need to play by the rules. He starts the round off by holding a really wide and exposed off angle. This is something Reyna or Jett excels at due to their escape mechanism. But for Reyna, you have to be able to land that first kill. So him holding out this wide like a madman means his confidence in his ability is high, and with that confidence, it makes him play even better. When you're confident in your skill, you make more impactful plays. There's only one poor soul here though, as Raze gets a singular bullet to the head. Round 17 again, you see that confidence. He peeks out mid from B oranges and knows that the enemy has one up tube. He walks up and gets the flank onto the guys in kitchen. Because he got so much information by pushing out, he put himself in a great spot to pick up 2 free kills that weren't even looking at him. ScreaM makes it look too easy. Let's play the rest of the round out. That's him, alright. It is match point, round 18, and remember, you get rating based on the amount of round difference. So if you're looking to climb, remember to close things out fast and don't mess around when you have a big lead. Get down to business and make sure they don't win that one round that leads into extra 3 or 5 rounds they have to get back in the game. Stay as focused as ScreaM is here. Well, he really doesn't need to be as his teammates clean up. He ends this game 13-5, going 34 kills and 9 deaths. What a game. ScreaM is definitely a premier player, well above most other Radiant players, and he shows it. With his strong aim and aggressive playstyle, he's able to push his team's advantage to another level. This is only amplified by his agent choice, which is Reyna, allowing him to escape after kills or healing up. His use of leaders also have great timing and allows for area control and information. And just a quick piece here, if you're looking for more ways to improve, I'd highly suggest to go check out ProGuides.com for coaching. We have 24/7 on-demand coaching from great players ranging from Immortal to Radiant. If you like to get your gameplay reviewed as well, we have a VOD review function where you can just upload your game and our coaches will provide insightful feedback. At ProGuides, we'll try our best to help you get on track so that you too can eventually get to ScreaM's level one day. Anyways, that'll be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you want more, let us know down in the comments below and maybe which pro player you would want to see next. Also, the usual, if you liked the video, hit us with that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already. More great content is on the way. And as you may know, my name is Stray, and if you want, you can follow me on Twitter at AlexStray_. Thank you guys so much for watching and wish you guys the best of luck on your rank grind.